Hello, I'm Tom Hayes, Director of Customer and Community Relations for New Jersey Natural Gas and your host of Community Connections for SCAN. We're happy to have you with us here today, and we're also happy to have with us Stacey Ehling, who's the Director?
District Executive.
District Executive of the Monmouth Council of Boy Scouts. Thank you for being here with us today. Really, I know the Boy Scouts does so much in our community, and I know you're a very busy person yourself, so I really appreciate you taking time to be with us today.
Well, thank you so much for having us on. Anytime we get to talk about what great things Scouting can do, it's always a great opportunity.
Right. So tell me, at the Monmouth Council, like, who do you serve in general?
Well, Monmouth Council is basically the administrative arm of Scouting in this area. We serve probably about 200 units, Scouting units,
Wow.
across Monmouth and Middlesex counties, which is the equivalent is about 6,000 youth.
Wow.
And about 3,000 volunteers. So we kind of cover the gamut of providing the services that these units need and the support that they need to be able to run their programs successfully to keep Scouting alive in our area.
Wow, which is great. I mean, that's a lot. 200 units. That's got to be a lot of scouts.
It's a lot of scouts and a lot of volunteers too. We have about 3,000 volunteers that serve our Scouting communities.
Wow. So out of those 200 units, around how many youth are involved?
6,000 youth.
6,000.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And hopefully there'll be more.
Yeah, it's so important. I mean, Scouting is such a wonderful, it's such a all-American, wholesome, really kind of event, and the programs and everything that you do is just really really almost like what America's all about, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So tell me, on that note, why is Scouting so important to today's youth?
Well, as you know, you've probably seen our kids today. They're totally obsessed with electronic devices. You barely see the whites of their eyes when they're walking around with their cell phones or their iPads. Basically, Scouting gives them an opportunity to break free from those electronics, to really get outdoors, and more importantly, to socialize face-to-face with other kids their age, and also interact with adults and members of the community. It's really an amazing program that gives them a wide variety of opportunities to get involved in things such as outdoor programming, to learn about health and physical fitness. We have a whole section in each of our Scouting programs that deals with how to eat healthy, how to be physically strong and physically fit. It also gives them an opportunity to learn about being good citizens, how to get involved in their communities, how to be a part of their communities, and how to give back to their communities, which is extremely important, because if we don't give back to the communities we live in, they're not going to be able to thrive as well.
Right. No, it's very important. And having 3 children that all went through Scouting, I can tell you one of the things that comes back to my mind immediately is going camping and learning how to make breakfast in a bag.
Absolutely. Breakfast in a bag, lunch in a bag, dinner in a bag, yeah.
Right.
One of the things Scouting does teach them is real-world skills. As our slogan is prepared for life, and we really do teach them how to be prepared for life, because not only do they learn about basic skills such as cooking and cleaning up and healthiness and first aid, but they also learn leadership roles. They learn how to take direction, how to give direction, and how to work as part of a group, which is so important not only in school, but also in the workplace today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. To me, it should be mandatory that there's a Scouting program with every school.
I agree.
Because I just think the youth learn so much, and they come out as much better people, and really the skills of getting along with others and being respectful towards each other, work ethic, all those great things that Scouting really enhances. The schools do a great job in teaching our youth, but I think that the Scouting programs really do a tremendous and part of really developing people into really good, strong adults.
Absolutely, and one of the things that Scouting is the best at is taking all of the things the kids are learning today, whether it's from home, from their religious institutions, from their sports activities, from their after-school activities, and really brings it all back together under one umbrella, and teaches them how to do the best that they can in all of these areas, and incorporate that with leadership skills and growth opportunities for them.
Yeah, I agree. Now, what kind of Scouting opportunities are available?
We have tons of opportunities available. We start with our youngest scouts, which are our Cub Scouts. This is for young boys that are in grades 1st through 5th grade. And the Cub Scout program is a very family-oriented program, and we do expect parents to be involved in part of that process, because as much as the parents give to this program, that's how much the kids get out of it, and the parents get out of it too. And that really, the program is designed to be grade specific, so they're not learning something in 1st grade that a 5th grader would only be able to understand. Every program is kind of grade specific, so the kids are learning at their specific level, but they're also working with kids of all different grade levels as well, so it really kind of pulls it all together. And they get to do all kinds of fun things like camping and fishing and boating. They also get to go on trips like sleepovers on the Battleship New Jersey. That's a favorite, or at the Franklin Institute, or the art museums. There's all kinds of great fun things these kids can get exposed to that they just don't get a chance to anymore because the schools don't have the funding to take them on these kinds of trips. Here you have parents going with their kids, learning and also experiencing scouting as well while they're doing these kind of things.
Right.
Then you go up to Boy Scouts. Boy Scouts are for boys ages 11 to 17. And this program basically builds on all the skills that they're learning as Cub Scouts and then takes them that one step further and really starts enforcing the leadership, independence, their own self-reliance, and learning new technical skills that are really going to help them not only in school, but once they get out into the workplace. And there they can actually choose from a variety of merit badges. There are hundreds of merit badges that they can do to learn about things that they're interested in. Some have engineering or computers or boating or sailing. They have even a electronics merit badge and a welding merit badge. So there's such a variety. It's really like something for everyone, so each kid can really focus on earning things that are of interest to him that he might want to go in the future and learn how to become for a career.
Right.
And then we go to venturing. And believe it or not, we have girls in Boy Scouts. And that's where our venturing program comes in. And that's a co-ed program for boys and girls ages 14 to 20. And this basically is a program that's for everyone. It can be a high adventure program where kids just want to get outdoors and hike and bike and climb. Or we have other programs where they can learn to scuba dive. Or a program where they can learn to do magic. This is one of our newest cruises where they're teaching kids how to do magic for kids who are interested in that. So the variety is really endless on what they can learn with that.
Wow.
And then we also have another program that's more career-oriented. It's called our Career Exploring Program. That program is also geared towards the same age group, 14 to 20. And basically, these kids get to learn in specific fields like healthcare or law enforcement or fire or EMS, and they go out and work with people in those companies or in those areas to learn on the job the types of things that they would be learning if they went into those fields in the future. So if you wanted to be a lawyer and you weren't sure, you could go work with a law firm that has an exploring program and learn a little bit more about the law so you can make a more informed decision as you go on in life and in your career.
Wow, that's incredible. That's really amazing to me. The you know, I'm trying to think of like my kids being in scouting. Cub Scouts are like the blue and gold.
Yes, that's
right.
their ultimate end of the year celebration is the blue and gold. That's when the kids have done all the hard work to earn all their badges and their belt loops and their pins for all the things that they've done. And then everybody gets together to celebrate the fact that they've done these great achievements. And one of the things Scouts is very good at is helping to give kids small steps of encouragement and advancement at each road along the way. Because while they're on that path, they're not just working, and then waiting till they get to Eagle Scout. Here, they're getting little bits of recognition as they go along so that they feel like they're actually accomplishing something and showing that they have accomplished something, so
Right.
that everybody feels really proud of it when they do that. And that's why the blue and golds are so popular, and it's a really great big party for all the kids and the families.
I can remember myself as a youth, and then I remember doing with my sons, the Pinewood Derby.
Oh, Pinewood Derbies are great. You know, who would imagine a kid could take a 7-inch block of balsa wood
Right.
and turn it into a car that looks like a spaceship or
Right.
a piece of cheese? I mean, and then have it actually work and
Yeah.
run down a 50-foot aluminum track to the
Right,
end.
right.
That's always a great, great day, you know, because the kids work with their parents to build the cars, and then they work together as a group to cheer each other on and really showing good sportsmanship. And then they have fun just watching their cars race down to the end of the track
Right,
and then getting
right.
that big trophy at the end. That's always that's always a good bonus at the end for the
sure.
boys.
But the whole the whole program instills like parents working with their children and with their sons and doing this together and being excited about this together. So whether you win or lose is so secondary to the fact that you've just done something nice together. And that's why, again, I say it should be mandatory that every youth goes through a scouting program, because it just enhances so many characteristics that are important to all of us and for the future of our country, that these young people really develop wonderful skills. And it really helps them develop their personalities, helps them to be a little more outgoing and really get involved with things they wouldn't otherwise. And as you talk about the venturing programs and really getting out there in the outdoors and all that. Our kids need that.
Absolutely.
They really, really need that. And I don't know if as many people out there that should know it really do know all those benefits to scouting. I think most of us probably just think of like the Cub Scout years and then the Boy Scouts, and then they kind of lose connection somewhere, and I don't think people really realize, and that girls can be involved with the venturing program too,
Right,
which is great.
absolutely. And one of the things that scouting is that it's not a sideline sport.
Right.
Scouting is a full-on,
Yes.
every family member is encouraged to be a part of it. It really, and in, with the communities too, a lot of people don't realize how much Scouts do for our communities. They're kind of the hidden warriors. They do food drives and clothing drives, and they do projects to help fix up parks and recreation centers. And our Eagle Scouts donate hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of work and supplies and goods and materials to help community organizations to fix things, water towers, water reclamation centers, restoring historic buildings, the fences at the Battleground State Park. Some of those were put up by Eagle Scouts.
Wow.
So even the farmhouses locally have been helped by restoration projects done by our Eagle Scouts, or old schoolhouses, and they don't go looking for the glory. They go to try and do something to benefit their community and their neighborhood. And they know it looks good, but they don't know what went on behind it. And it's usually a scout. If it's a new project like that, it's usually a scout behind it.
Which is pretty amazing. And I know you have your Huddy dinner that comes up every year, and I'm always amazed at that particular function when they ask the Eagle Scouts to stand up, and you see so many prominent, successful, professional men that were Eagle Scouts, and you look at that and you say that makes a lot of sense.
Well, only 4% of our Scouts actually make the rank of Eagle, so it is an extremely high achievement for anybody to make. And some of our greatest astronauts, presidents of companies, they have all been Eagle Scouts. And on a job application, you say Eagle Scout, you're going to go to the top of the pile, because that's what employers want, somebody who they know they can trust, who's got leadership skills and has the dedication to get the job done.
Right. It is pretty amazing that it does mean just that. You see Eagle Scout and all those questions go away, and you automatically know that person's a top-level person. So
Absolutely.
Pretty impressive. I think that's pretty great. Now, if somebody wants to volunteer for scouting, do they have to have a child that's in scouting?
Absolutely not. I mean, we love for our parents to be involved and take on leadership roles in scouting, but you don't have to. We have grandparents. We have parents of their kids were Scouts a long time ago. We have people that were Scouts themselves that come back as alumni. But even members of the community can join our board. They can join some of our committees. They can get involved. If you want to promote Scouting in your community, we would love to have you on whatever level it is that you'd like to join us.
Right, which is great. Now, if somebody wanted to get involved with Scouting, how would they go about doing that?
Well, that's really easy. The first step would be to reach out to our Council Service Center, and that phone number is 732-536-2347. And they just call and say, I'd like to be a volunteer. They'll take a little bit of your information, and we'll get back to you and let you know what opportunities are available for you.
Great.
And if you're looking to join Scouting as well, that same phone number, we will get you in touch with the units in your area so you can learn more about it. Or you can go to our website, which is www.monmouthbsa.org. And you can look around and find some good information there about joining Scouting and about the different programs and activities that we do. And for people who really want to join Scouts and they want to kind of see what's around first before they contact us to get the real information about the units, what they can do is go to www.beascot.org, beascout.org. Plug in their zip code. It'll give them about any units that are in their area, depending on whether it's Cub Scout, Boy Scout, or venturing in a 10-mile radius.
Great.
So they could check it out and see what's there before they call us to get more information about those units.
Great. Well, I thank you for your time. We're out of time. So Stacey Ehling from Monmouth Council Boy Scouts, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we'll be back after this very important message.
Now's a great time to make your home more energy efficient, and the New Jersey Natural Gas Save Green project is here to help. Take advantage of rebates and incentives up to $15,000, designed to make your whole house more comfortable, improve performance, and save you money. Upgrade your older, inefficient heating equipment, central air conditioning system, and water heater with money-saving, high-efficiency equipment. But don't stop there. Your new equipment will have to work harder, wasting energy dollars if your home is not properly weatherized, by reducing air and duct leaks and installing proper insulation. Call the Save Green Project at 877 877-455-NJNG or visit SaveGreenProject.com, and we'll help you get on the road to maximum energy efficiency and savings and explain how you may qualify for up to $15,000 in rebates and incentives. Call Save Green at 877-455-NJNG.
Hello and welcome back. Again, I'm Tom Hayes, Director of Customer and Community Relations for New Jersey Natural Gas, and happy to be your host for Community Connections. With us for the second half of the program, we're very fortunate to have Rodger Koerber, who's the President and CEO of the Ocean County YMCA. Rodger, thank you for being here with us.
Tom, thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. You guys do great work down there in Ocean County. We want to make sure you get an opportunity to be heard and highlighted out there with our viewers, because again, you do fantastic work.
Well, we certainly appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about the YMCA of Ocean County.
Okay, well, the Ocean County YMCA, we're a nonprofit organization, charitable organization. Our pillars and everything that we do is around youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. So, you know, a lot of people feel that coming to the Y, we're all about programs, but there's really a deeper concept to this, and we really want to make sure that we're developing our youth to their full potential. We're having healthier individuals, which makes a healthier community,
Sure.
and the social responsibility piece, which is treating our neighbors the way we want to be treated.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, certainly the Y's has been a steadfast, really, as you say, pillar in the community, in the sense that they've always been there, always helping folks. Like, I know my own kids learned how to swim at the Y and all that. It's just always been a great organization, always there for folks, and health is so important, as we all know, and today more than ever with the childhood obesity and other issues out there, it's just important that our youth are getting involved in being active and staying active, and as adults we stay active, right?
Right,
So,
absolutely. And as a part of that, our mission is to put Judeo-Christian principles into practice through programs that help build healthy spirit, mind, and body for all. And in all of our programs, we want to make sure that we are touching that healthy spirit, mind, and body. So when you talk about the childhood obesity and being healthy, those type of programs are instilled, or that kind of curriculum is instilled in all of our programs, regardless of whether it's a child care program, a swim lesson, or an adult fitness program. We want to make sure that we touch all three areas of healthy spirit, mind, and body.
that's great. And you touched on a little bit on programs. What are the other types of programs that you do there at the Y?
We offer so many programs.
Sure.
I mean, from A to Z, from aquatic programs to Zumba.
Do you do Zumba yourself?
Do I do Zumba? I've tried it. It's not a pretty sight. But we have Zumba on land and in the water. But basically, we have programs for anybody from 6 months all the way, through whatever age, and they realm from fitness classes. We have dry land, aerobic group exercise programs, to personal training, to you can be a member and just come in and use the fitness center, the cardio equipment, or the weight room. From youth programs, we have swim lessons, swim team. Before and after school care is one of our largest programs, where our staff goes into the schools with the districts that we work with, and they are there from 6:30 in the morning until the school bell rings. And at the end of the day, when the school bell rings, many of those children come into our care, and we provide the care until 6 o'clock p.m.
That's great.
And in that, we instill those core values of caring, honesty, respect, and responsibility, and we make sure that the spirit, mind, and body is being addressed as well.
That's great. I mean, I know for working families, that's critical to have their folks to have their children in really good after-school programs, and the YMCA is top-notch. And not only, like you said, with the physical, but with the mental, in terms of the spirit, and really making sure that these kids are really well taken cared of, and getting those activities. No kid wants to go after school and sit and do more homework. I mean, you know, but to be able to actually have some activities and have some fun, a pool, and all those great things that the Y has to offer is really great.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, there are kids that go home alone, and they're lucky, you know, turnkey or lucky, you know, children. But we average around 800 children in our care through 22 different schools.
Wow.
Throughout the school year, and you know, our curriculum. Obviously, the parents love when we do homework with them, so when they get home, all they have to do is check it.
It's a beautiful thing.
So we do have, you know, a part of the day is homework, but the other piece is we offer the CATCH curriculum, and it's coordinated approach to children's health in all of our after-school care programs. And basically what that requires us to do is to make sure that we have at least 30 minutes of physical activity per day, and that is where the kids are always active. So it's not like a game of kickball.
Right,
you know, with kickball, if you watch that program go, the only two people that are active is the pitcher and the kicker.
You're right,
at certain
right.
points, and the other people that are in the field are kind of standing there unless the ball gets hit to them.
Right.
In our curriculum, the kids are moving at all times. There are no elimination games, so for 30 minutes, those kids are moving. So that's our, you know, a real good way that we're combating that childhood obesity
That's
epidemic.
excellent. And you know, we're talking about the programs. You think of like kids going in, like again, my kids learned how to swim there, and then as they get older, they go to the gym maybe and you know, work out in the gym as a young adult maybe, and then as they might get married, they go with their spouse and work out together, and then as they have their own kids, the whole cycle turns over again, and they bring their kids to swim, and then the programs and after school programs and all that kind of thing. So it really is a wonderful facility and a wonderful program for society.
We like to think of ourselves as the place of choice for families, because we offer activities and programs for, as I said, anyone from, you know, infants all the way through seniors. And it's really a great opportunity for families to come together and be at the Y, have a recreational swim in between swim classes, and mom can take an aerobic class, dad could be in the weight room. And then at the end of the day, go to the gym and play basketball together as a family.
Right.
You know, there's not many opportunities in today's day and age for families really to get together and connect. And we hope that the Y is that for. We know that the Y is that for many of our members, but we hope that the community recognizes that. And you know, if you want to connect with your kids a little closer, come to the Y. We'll make sure it happens.
And for our folks that are 55 and older, they could be connecting with their grandchildren, which is always wonderful. And there's programs specifically tailored for our older adults, right?
Right, absolutely. We have so many programs really directed towards our older adults, whether it be fitness. We offer silver sneakers, which is an opportunity for seniors to come in, and their health care provider would pay for that. So, you know, I would urge seniors to, you know, contact their health care provider to see whether or not they would pay for a membership at the Ocean County YMCA.
Wow, that'd be great.
The interesting thing, you know, you talk about grandparents coming in and being able to be with their grandkids. What I see on a day-to-day basis are a lot of seniors who don't have grandkids in the immediate area that come in and you know, take their exercise class, but then hang out and watch the kids. It's really, you talk about the spiritual piece of the YMCA, that's an opportunity for seniors to get exposure and to connect to, you know, different cultures and different age groups that they might not normally get the advantage of you know, taking advantage of. So.
Right. And I'm sure for most of us, you know, being around our own kids is one thing, but being around other people's kids is another thing. So
Absolutely.
kind of look at it from a different angle, but it's probably it's very enjoyable for folks. So that's really nice that you offer those different programs for, again, all the different age groups, but particularly for our audience and folks that are, you know, 55 and above. It's great to know that there's a place to go to really get that kind of activity and really stay engaged, and again, both physically and mentally. which is critical.
Right.
And being part of society is always a wonderful thing. You know, it keeps that connection going, which is great. Now I understand that you're going to have an open house coming up. So tell me a little bit about what the open house is.
Well, we're real excited about our open house. It will be at the end of December, moving into the first week of January. And for that, the Y is open to the community to come in, take a tour, and we will have sample fitness classes and sample children's classes that the public can come in and participate in. And if the if programs aren't really what you're looking for, the fitness centers will be available. We'll have trainers that are on staff to help guide you and make sure that you're using the equipment properly. And the pools will be open, so at the end of the at the end of the day, get in the pool, swim some laps, and have some fun with your children.
Yeah, that's great. That's really nice that you guys do that. I think that's important. Again, it's a lot of folks don't know where to start, or they feel a little funny just walking in on their own and trying to figure out what they need to do. So an open house is a great way for them to feel like there's a bunch of other people that are just coming to visit and just getting a sense of what it's all about.
Exactly, and you say coming in and not knowing what to do. One of the things that we do pride ourselves on is we make sure that we take the individual that's coming off the street and walk them through everything that they need to do to lead a healthier life.
Right.
In the first, as you take your membership out, we offer a Smart Start, which again, no additional cost, but our trainers will work with you for 3 different days. Number 1, to orient you to the Y. Number 2, to introduce you to the equipment and find out what your personal goals are, whether it's to gain weight, lose weight, get more tone, build muscle mass. Our trainers will put together a program for you to help you succeed in your goals. And then the third session really is more of a personal training, making sure that you're on the right path to being a healthier you.
Good. That's great. That's excellent. Now, I also seen that you have a program for 7th graders.
We do, and we've been offering this for quite some time now. But we call it our 7th grade membership. And I'd like to have a jazzier name, but it's a 7th grade membership.
Pretty much explains it then, at least, right?
It really does. And what it is it's a free membership to every 7th grader in Ocean County.
Wow.
So we believe that 7th grade is such a pivotal time in a youth's life where, as a younger person, you get involved with youth sports, and there's no, it's competitive, but it's also learning at the same time. But you get into middle school, and those sports now become competitive. And unfortunately, not everybody makes the cut. So what happens is a lot of the youth find that they're no longer involved in those programs. So we want to make sure that there's a healthy alternative for them. So instead of going home and playing on the computer or eating snacks and chips this is an opportunity for all 7th graders to come in, and with that they get a session with our trainers.
Nice.
And they learn to use the equipment properly. And once they're a member, they can and go through that program. They can use the equipment at any time.
That's great. That's great. Now, if somebody wanted to get involved with the Y or figure out, call to find out about how to get involved with maybe the open house, whatever it might be, tell us what the contact information might be. Okay.
Well, you certainly can call us at 732-341-9622.
Okay.
Or check us out on our website at www.ocymca.org.
That's great. That's great. Well, again, thank you very much for taking the time to be with us. We appreciate all that you do at the YMCA and all that you offer to our community. And really, you're doing your part to make society a better place, keeping us healthy and happy and involved in society. So, again, to Rodger and all your staff there at the Ocean County YMCA, we say thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for being here. And thank you to our viewers for watching. And take care.